Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're looking at two lenses. I'm actually doing a comparison between two lenses. I guess it isn't really a comparison. I'm as eager to find out what the differences are between these two very similar lenses. One of them is the Panasonic 25mm f1.4, which is this one there. That's fitted to one of my GH5s. And I've got the Sigma 30mm f1.4 fitted to my other GH5 just there. Now, there's only 5mm difference between the two lenses. So I wanted to see if that 5mm actually made any difference. I'm not terribly concerned about picture quality. I know both are going to be very good. In fact, the Sigmas have got a really good reputation and they're fantastic value for money. If you're looking for a great value for money lens for your APS-C camera or your Micro Four Thirds camera, the Sigma you can't go wrong with. Unfortunately, the Panasonic Leica 25mm is only for Micro Four Thirds. So great for Olympus cameras and Panasonic cameras, Blackmagic pocket cinema cameras and what have you. So it has to have a Micro Four Thirds mount for that to fit. Lovely thing about the Sigma though is they make it in the L mount for the L mount Alliance. They make it in E mount. I think the Fuji X mount, certainly the Micro Four Thirds mount because that's what I've got it fitted to. And I think, definitely the Canon EFM mount, which is their smaller Micro Four, not Micro Four Thirds, they're smaller APS-C bodies, mirrorless bodies. But today I've got the Sigma 30mm Micro Four Thirds ones. As I say, I've got it fitted to my GH5. They're both pretty much exactly the, well, not exactly, but as close as I can get a distance away. There's a slight different angle, obviously, because I can't get them both spot on right close together. But I think they're close enough for us to get a guide as to what that 5mm difference is. They're both set to f1.4, no 1.6. I've set them to 1.6 on both lenses. So and they're both set to 180-degree shutter. So the lighting's identical, obviously, for both of them. So I'm filming both at the same time. So, you know, in theory, both cameras are on autofocus. So, you know, it's not a scientific test, but in theory, the conditions are exactly the same for both cameras and both lenses, and they're both GH5s. So we're not looking at two different cameras where the sensors might make a difference or the processing. They're both on autofocus, as I say. So what we're looking at now then is the GH5 with the Sigma 30mm. I'm hoping I'm far enough away from the background here to give some bokeh. Now, Micro Four Thirds isn't a great bokeh king, so you're not going to get this same sort of bokeh as you would with the same lens on, say, the Sony E-mount. I can't demonstrate that as I haven't got the E-mount version, but at 1.4 on E-mount you get slightly more bokeh than you will on a Micro Four Thirds, but it should still be really pleasing in the background. There should be a nice, out of focus area in the background. So, as I say, what we're looking at now is the Sigma 30mm, and I can see on the screen it is actually quite, I almost said dramatically, but it's quite a bit closer than the Panasonic. So that's the Sigma 30mm that you can see on the screen here, and then on this camera here, which is another GH5, will be the Panasonic Leica 25mm f1.4, and it's set to 1.6. It's exactly the same settings. So, and you can see it's a bit wider. It's quite a nice aesthetic. Hopefully, again, at f1.4, it is throwing the background out of focus enough to separate me from the background. I'm lighting it with 3 lights, two new lights I've got, battery operated, and they're absolutely excellent. I've only used them today, so I'm really enjoying them. I think they're great. You can put them anywhere because they're battery operated, built-in batteries, and they weren't expensive either. And I've got those 2 lights, and I've got 1 light just bouncing off the ceiling there. So I'm basically running 3 lights to light this scene. And I think I've got the camera set to auto ISO. Definitely 180 degrees shutter. So and they're both exactly the same. This is what I'm enjoying with GH5s, because I can set them both up to be exactly the same, which is great. On the one with a Sigma lens, I've got my deity microphone on, and on this other one I've got my DMW XLR1 adapter using my MKE 600 microphone. I mention all this because a lot of people do ask what kit I use. I've also got a Sony A6600 over there, just getting a generic wide shot really. May not use it, don't know. And I've set up my ZV1 over here, but I don't know why, because I haven't got anything to show you, because the lenses are actually on the cameras. So yeah, so that's the Panasonic 25mm that we're looking at here. I'm also curious to see how good the autofocus is. I've actually been, over the last few reviews I've done, really pleased with the autofocus on the new firmware of the GH5. I've also got my Sony A7C filming over there, which has got my Saramonic Blink 500 microphone wired in. Oh my god, how many cameras do I need? Don't need this many, do I? And actually it's kind of interesting, I think, to see the comparison again between the Sony A7C, which is full frame, to the GH5s, which is micro four thirds. So that's 2 sizes down from the full frame sensor. So the bokeh, theoretically, I don't know what aperture I've got set on my, I think it's probably 2.8 I've got set on my A7C, which is going to be fairly equivalent to an F1.4 on a micro four thirds. Yeah, it gets very complicated. When you're looking at crop factor and you're looking at how apertures work between the 2 different, or the 3 different formats, because on the A6600 up there, that's APS-C. Well, of course, that's going to be, most of that's going to be in focus anyway, because it's a wide angle shot, so you're not going to get bokeh on that anyway. So yeah, that's the video comparison. Now, as far as photographs are concerned, there will be a link to my Flickr page where you will be able to see samples taken on both lenses. They're not going to be great samples because the weather's been crap here, and I haven't actually gone out and taken any photographs yet, but I will be going out to take some photographs. I have no doubt that the photographs will be excellent for both of them, so I'm not going to go into great detail at all in this video about corner sharpness and centre sharpness and pin cushion distortion and all the rest of that malarkey. I'd rather you look at the images on my Flickr page and you decide whether this is either of these lenses will fit fit in your workflow really well. As I said, the only thing with the Panasonic one is, even if it does fit in your workflow, it has to fit on a micro four thirds body because it is a micro four thirds lens. The Sigma one obviously is made in lots of different mounts, so you can buy it for the ones I mentioned earlier, Sony, Fuji, etc, etc. So there we go. That's the comparison between the also I've got auto white balance set up on both cameras, so the white balance should be very similar, if not exactly the same, between the 2 cameras. So that's a video comparison between the Sigma 30mm for the micro four thirds mount and the Panasonic 25mm for the micro four thirds mount. So and again, they're both going to be, so the Sigma actually equates to about 60mm in full frame terms, that's what I'm trying to say. So that equates to 60mm, where the Panasonic 25mm equates to 50mm. So it's actually a 10mm difference between the 2 as far as full frame is concerned. It's not 5, it's 5mm on micro four thirds, 10mm on full frame. So that's why there is probably this big difference in distance, as it were, between the Sigma over here and the Panasonic there. So there we go, a short video comparison between these 2 lenses. So I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the like button if you like the content of my videos, or you like the content of this video more say. So thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the channel and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. I do upload probably 1 to 2 a week, so and I've got loads to do, so and there's gonna be a lot more audio stuff, lighting stuff, hopefully more gadgets and what have you. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more. Cheers for now. Bye.